Saving, written by Jacob Osae. Prologue. I am drowning. I am suffocating. I am perishing. I am. Yes, I am. If they would care try to see what they are doing to me, then there will be no need for me to bleed. I need redemption. I need restitution. I require salvation. I test for emancipation. That is what I have been made to believe. The worst form of my human life is what I do not get to receive. When Mama called me the 13th time, I knew it was time. It was time for what I could not escape from. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of darkness, I see no mountain of light. My story is a little divergent from the Psalms of David, but I hope you care to reconsider what you make of me. My mother. Mama was the most devastated of all my family. Mama was distraught. She could not wrap her head around what I did. She remembered this was not the second time or the third time of doing what I had done. She feared it was becoming a habit. So anytime I went back to the habit, she would lock me up in a room and cane me. So I did not do it again. That was when I was in primary school. But currently, I was in junior high school and I was still into the act. It was as if what Mama had been afraid of happening to me had finally caught up with me. Mama could not sit and do nothing about my situation. She believed it was evil. I was possessed by some demon. I needed spiritual help or else I would become worse. So, I was not surprised when one Friday night, Mama gave me a special supper after she cajoled me into going for an all-night prayer with her. She promised a gift to be shared after the church service, which I was a little skeptical about. Getting there, I was more surprised when I was pulled to the middle and prayed for, so I could be free from my situation. The prayers were heavy. The prayers were palpable. I could feel it along my spine. After the service, Mama was excited, optimistic I was free. But when it came back that I had done what she believed I was free from, Mom held her face in tears and cried me a river. My father. Dada was not the religious or the Christian type. He believed in the traditions and customs of his fathers and ancestors. We were good buddies when I first indulged in the act, but he believed since I was a kid, it was normal for kids to do that. And compared with that, I supported the same football team he supported, so we were closer than family. But he saw I could not just liberate myself from the act. All the love Dada had for me started melting away. After Mama's all-night prayer had failed to solve my predicament, Dad had taken me on a journey to our hometown to see a shrine priestess. Dada believed from the numerous stories he had heard about the efficacy of the shrine priestess that I would be cured of my illness. At least, that was what Dada saw my situation as, an illness. The place was a solitude. The place resembled a model shrine that I had always read about in my RME textbook, an oval-shaped space with monstrous effigies stacked on shelves, covered with a red and black cloth. The shrine priestess sat chanting incantations like the world was about to end. Father did all the talking as I watched with a petrified soul and a churning stomach. After the talk, the shrine priestess gave Dad something all wrapped in a brown envelope to be given to me, believing it was a cure to my plight. After we returned, things had altered a little. I seemed to be doing fine, with a potion given me by the priestess, but that was too feeble. My situation reared its head from its latent citadel and took over my whole again. It was heart-quaking. Dad bowed his head in shame. He did not know whether to believe in God or in the gods again. My brother. My elder brother was the detested part of me. All I ever wished could ever happen to him was for God to just exchange my plight for him for just a month. I was hoping he could learn some sense and empathy from that experience, but I knew that was never going to happen. My condition was for me alone to bear. I did not have control over it. But to think of it, instead of my brother encouraging me, he ended up making things rather worse and hard for me. He went about telling my good friends in the vicinity of the reason they had not seen me out of the house for the past 4 weeks anytime I came back from school. I was hurt. I could imagine how my friends would react to it, especially Anima, the only girl I had planned of asking to be my girlfriend. I knew when she heard about my situation, she would never want to have anything to do with me ever again. My brother made things worse for me. It was as if he released my foible. In my weakness lied his strength. Though Mama had chastened him many times to stop that demeanor of his, he did not. He was supposed to be my brother, my family, but he had rather become the Mephistopheles I saw every night in my sleep. Epilogue. My situation or predicament is not far from me or anyone for that matter. It's all around us. Every morning I wake up to a bed of wet sheets, a bed with urine. Yes, bedwetting is my plight. That is my predicament. Even at age 14, it will not just let me go. It's more like I've been held captive for long and does not seem like I'm stopping any moment now. Sometimes I don't know what happens, but by the time I wake up from bed, it has already happened. So, me drowning, me suffocating, me perishing is all because of this. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of sleep, you remember through my bed sheet, but Mama is strong, and with all the things she had taught me, she does not stop telling me, son, I love you. I just want to save you from yourself, and she never stops praying for me at night. This story was recorded by Patience Nana Afia Prempeh.